Hey everybody, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Ia. Welcome back again to Cornucopia Insight. I hope everyone is doing well. For those of you who have been following me, thank you so much. Please continue to follow me, like, share, subscribe on this channel as well as on my IG under the same name, Cornucopia Insight. I just wanted to jump into my disclaimer as I always do in the beginning, even though it'll be in the description box below as well. But I'm just going to run through that very quickly. If you are seeking any kind of mental health help, any kind of legal help, any one of those things, or you're undergoing any kind of distress or anything like that, please go and seek out the proper help and authorities. I am not a licensed therapist. I'm not anyone who works with any kind of legal entity. And I'm just here on the internet trying to share some of my spiritual knowledge and what I know and hope that it helps the collective and uplifts everyone. So yeah, with that being said, without further ado, I wanted to jump into today's video. Today's going to be another quick chat. And the reason why I'm making it a quick chat is because I have stuff to do today. I'm going out with the kids. So I just wanted to make this a quick one, but a goodie. And so today I got to thinking about something that my grandmother, when she was still here, she asked a question some years back as it pertains to the Yoruba religion of Ifa and Santeria. And for those of you who don't know, we are initiates of Santeria and Ifa. And yeah, I am crowned with Oya, with the Orisha Oya. I have been crowned since I was 10 years old, so I've been in this for a while. I know a thing or two. There are still some things that, I need to learn along the way that I was unfortunately not taught. So a lot of the things that I do share is things that I researched on my own, that is self-taught or was mentored to me, by my grandmother under her mentorship. So as I learn and research things on my own, as well as recall things that my grandmother taught me, I decided I'd share it with you guys. So that being said right there, the fact that a lot of stuff, we had to be self-taught with, even my own grandmother was self-taught in a lot of ways when it came to spirituality. So one of the questions that she posed some years back to her madrina, or her godmother at the time in the religion that initiated her, she said, what does it mean to be a selected head? Why are we selected heads? And I'm not going to get into the whole drama with the situation with our Santo house and with our Ifa house, but but unfortunately, my grandmother ended up answering her own question, or rather her egun, or her spirits came to her and gave her the answer to that. So the answer to that was, some of us are selected heads because some of us need more grounding than others. Some of us need that roadmap and that blueprint that others, I guess come by naturally, if you will. They kind of already have that footing and that grounding naturally when they're born here. So that's the reason why, one of the biggest reasons why certain people are selected heads and need to get initiated into the religion. So basically that's saying, and this is controversial, some people feel like, no, that's not what it is. But not everybody is meant to get crowned. Not everyone is meant to be a priest or priestess. Not everyone is meant to, come into that. Or rather, should I say, they already are in their priestess kind of like vibe and mode. And like I said, some people just need that blueprint more than others. So some people need to be initiated, and there's other people who are basically good. Like, they don't got to be initiated. They really don't have to be. Another thing I wanted to walk into is, since we're talking about selected heads, I wanted to kind of define Ori and what an Ori is. So in the Yoruba religion, an Ori is basically your head. It's basically your head. Or Ori Ita is your head. And, as we all know, your head, it has your brain, your eyes, all your sights. No, I said all your sights. All of your five senses, that's what I meant to say, is on your head, right? The ability to see, the ability to smell, to taste, to feel. Well, feels all over the body, but, to hear. But more importantly, your brain. And this is where your consciousness is. This is where your destiny is. This is where, this is why they call it your crown. It's your crown for a reason. It's one of the most important parts of the body. So that's what an Ori is, or Ori-ita is. And that's the reason why you're a selected head. Some people get selected and some don't. Well, Orisha will decide who gets selected and who doesn't. And another thing I wanted to touch on was just how to take care of your Ori and some of the things that people do. So one of the biggest things that people do, besides prayers, you can always pray. There are little ceremonies you can do as well that I won't jump into because not everyone is an initiate. But if you're an initiate, if you know, you know. There might be certain things that have to take place during said ceremonies. But one of the main things is a rogation, or in Spanish they say rogación. You get a rogation, you get a cleansing of your Ori, and from what I understand, it depends. It varies from house to house. So, and I guess depending too, like what kind of rogation you need, depending on your situation. Some rogations are very simple, but I know the main ingredients that's needed in a rogation is mainly coconut, or obi, what we call obi in the Yoruba religion, which is also a deity or an orisha that is worshipped as well. It's either with obi, with coconut. It's with coconut and with shaved cocoa butter. I've seen people put like shaved solid cocoa butter. Another thing that is put is some cascarilla, which is, again, I think I mentioned in previous videos. Cascarilla is basically like dried eggshell, and they smash it down into like a white powder. It's used for many different things in this religion. So, yeah, that's kind of like the base for it. Other things get added depending on what you need in your rogation, depending on your situation. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, on what that is, what being a selected head means, what Ori is, how to protect your Ori. And I just wanted to interject something too. Be very careful who you let touch your Ori, who you let touch your head, who you let mess with your hair, all of that, because, and I'm pretty sure some people have heard this as well, like in other cultures, like your power is in your hair. Sometimes your power is in your hair, or, because it comes from your crown. But you have to be careful who you let in your head, who you let touch your head, and who you let even do rogations on you. When you go to do a rogation to clear your mind, clear the fog from your mind, to help you regain some kind of mental stability, if you will, or clarity, you got to be mindful of who you're letting do that as well, because you never know. At the end of the day, humans are humans, and even the practitioners. So if someone's doing something with a bad hand, and or they have like personal issues that they're going through, you maybe want to deal with that person when they're more stable, or find someone else completely. Excuse me. So be careful who you let touch your head, who you let touch your Ori. Like me personally, That's one of the reasons why I don't really go to salons like that to get my hair done or anything like that. I think the only time I probably might ever go to a salon to get my hair done is probably if I wanted to color my hair at some point, because I wouldn't want to mess that up. I would want a professional to color my hair. So yeah, be careful who puts their hands in your head. You never know what kind of energy they have in their hand or just with them in general. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that for today's video. Make it a quickie, because like I said, I'm going to be out the whole day with the kids. And we're actually going to an African Yoruba event in Baltimore. So this is going to be really, really fun. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from this. And if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the description, not in the description box, oh my God, in the comments below. And if anyone has any other insights on Ori or Obi or Orisha or anything pertaining to Santeria or Ifa, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. And like I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video. And follow me on IG under cornucopiainsight. And that's all for today, guys. Have a good one. Modupe. Peace out.